Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's me Pixella, and in today's video we have another Inzoi build. So I tried building a coffee shop slash bakery this time around, trying something different, and we went for a more cutesy theme. So the colors here are gonna be white and pink all around. Now I wanted to keep this build relatively small in order to be able to try and learn as much as possible and make it look as good as possible, right? Because we are still in the learning process, so that's why right now you're seeing a cube and with two cubes on the side just to give it some movement. So in one of the cubes on the left, that's where the bathroom is going to be, and then on the right side is where we will have a little photo booth station. Now the whole theme is very fun. I wanted to keep this coffee shop look great for any Zois that are in their teenage years or young adults, and they can come here especially on a warm summer day just to have fun with their friends. Now, I do find myself speeding up these clips a bit more than I would with my Sims videos, just because, again, I'm not as familiar with all of the controls yet, so it does take a bit more time just to navigate and get things sorted. Now, what I'm doing is, as I'm going through the catalogs here, I'm just picking out some items that I think would be a nice addition to this coffee shop. I want to keep it candy themed. At first I went with this AI generated wallpaper with a bunch of pink candies on it, and I thought it looked really cute, but it was a bit overwhelming, so I ended up just using it as an accent wall and adding back that white in just to make it, you know, a bit more toned down. And honestly, I was really shocked. So I didn't notice this when I was building the house yesterday. But today, oh my god, there's so many items that are store related. Actually, not only store related, there's subway seats, there's things for an airport, there's what else is there? I mean, there's anything related to any grocery stores or a corner store, or there's also signs, public restroom signs, there's things for photography. There's really a lot of objects for public spaces. Now, I did notice some bugs, so at some point I was trying to add a cash register on the counters and also just adding other objects on the counters such as the sink, and it was not letting me. I was getting frustrated. I thought I was doing something wrong, but it turned out it was a bug. So what I needed to do is just go back to the main menu and then reopen this game. And as you can see, the objects do look extremely realistic. There are these counters that are perfect for corner stores with a bunch of candies and gum. And then we also have the ice cream cooler here, which looks very realistic. I added some, some ovens, professional ovens, also some professional cooking counters, as well as some industrial fridges. Now, because I wanted to keep the space cozy, I added a fireplace, and again, I know I used this couch in the last build, but I just love it. I don't know, it's just so aesthetic and cute looking. So I wanted to create a seating area where you can just come and cozy up here, but also have some dining sets right next to the fireplace to sit down and chat while drinking some coffee. Now, I will say this generated AI patterns and also the capability of importing pictures is just amazing. It's perfect for these pictures, extremely customizable to fit the theme that you're looking for. Like in my case right here, we are trying to create a really pink bakery coffee shop, so anything related to coffee beans that are in that pink color theme works perfectly with the space. I was able to create some cookies as well, just to add that little extra sweetness to it. So we're adding shelves here, and we are adding some extra knickknacks. You can see that I added the cash register finally, and by trying, I didn't want to make it overly cluttered, but again, as I said, I'm going for that cozy theme, so I added a bunch of plants here and there. And so I thought it would be fun to explore the 3D object making, so I imported this picture of a phone. At first, I'm gonna tell you, it was really confusing in figuring out what exactly this is, but I realized later on, well, now in this case we just left it as a decorative piece, but what I realized is that you can click on, I think, maybe any object, like I'm not sure about that, but I tried it out and you'll see me figuring this out at some point. But when you click on the object, you can select edit appearance, and what it does is that you can actually change the appearance of that object into one of the 3D objects you've created. So this is how you're actually able to place those created objects on either a bookshelf or a counter, because otherwise when you just created with this, whatever the option that it gives you, it just goes automatically on the floor, and it's not necessarily always what you want, right? So what you do is you click on your object and you click change appearance, and then you can import the image onto that object. Now for the menus, what I simply did is I googled cute aesthetic coffee shop menu and I just imported those in. And then I also found this penguin that I thought was adorable, so I just had to add it to this coffee shop. Now back to our menus, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a bit maybe too much candy canes all over the place, and I thought it kind of overpowered the menus. You can really see them that well because of all the pink. It didn't contrast very nicely, so I went ahead and added a white background to those menus and added some pillars just to give it that extra touch of luxury. And then I did still think that there was a bit too much pink going on, so I used the selector tool to narrow down which sections I wanted to be white, and I went ahead and tried adding a pillar over there also to make it look a bit more symmetrical, but unfortunately it does not work, and I'm hoping to be able to find a move objects on type of cheat like in The Sims. That would be great. And now I am back to adding some decorations and some lights to the rest of the coffee shop. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what you guys think and if there's anything in particular you would like for me to build in Inzoi. Bye!